Trendz today, we shall be looking at Edo State Governor Okpebholo's protocol stance versus Peter Obi and the backing by Wike. Hello and welcome to today's segment of Trendz with LJE, where we dissect leadership, economic and justice issues in Nigeria, Africa and the globe. I'm your host, Mohammed Sule, and joining me today is a development strategist whom I shall be introducing after the break. Stay tuned.
At LJE Nigeria, we are committed to ensuring justice, equality and accountability. Reporting a violation helps us to protect rights and uphold transparency. In this short guide, we'll walk you through how to report a violation on our website. Simply start by visiting our website at www.ljenigeria.org. From the home page, locate the Report a Violation option in the main menu at the top. Once you're on the Report a Violation page, you'll be prompted to select the type of violation you are reporting. This helps us categorize your report for faster and more effective handling. Next, fill in your details. It is essential to provide accurate and clear information so that we can follow up effectively. Once you have completed the form, simply click Submit. You'll receive a confirmation message that your report has been successfully submitted. Your report will be reviewed by a dedicated team of experts and will treat all reports with the utmost confidentiality and work diligently to ensure a thorough investigation. If you have any question or need assistance during the reporting process, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through our contact page. Together, we can make a difference. Visit www.ljenigeria.org to report any violation and join us in upholding justice and accountability.
Welcome back from that short break. This is still Trendz with LJE, where we dissect leadership, economic and justice issues in Nigeria, Africa and the globe. And joining me today is a development strategist. Our panel for today, Mr. Shedrack Oka. You're welcome to the studio. Thank you for making it down here. Of course, today we're going to be looking at a crucial issue, which is, of course, dominating headlines and even the netizens, which is the Edo State Governor Okpebholo's protocol stance backed by Wike. The Edo State Governor on Monday has clarified his recent comments regarding Peter Obi's visit to the state, reiterating that his stance on adherence to security protocols is a directive purely for public safety and standard security procedures, not politics. Governor Okpebholo, speaking during the commissioning of the refurbishing new Edo Line Transport Company in Benin City, stated that he has no regret after asking former Governor Peter Obi of Anambra to notify him before visiting Edo. He explained that as the Chief Security Officer of the state, it is his constitutional responsibility to protect lives, including all Edo people and visitors. He stressed that the importance of timely communication for high-profile visits is to ensure adequate security measures, citing a personal tragedy in 2024 where his police orderly was shot dead because he ignored a similar security warning. In another story, yesterday, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has openly backed the governor's stance. Wike also presented at the commission stated that informing the state authorities ahead of high-profile visit is a standard practice for coordination and security purposes. He recalled that when Mr. Obi visited me in Rivers State, he followed due process and obtained the necessary clearances and questioned why similar protocols are rooted in both security intelligence and moral responsibility. Citing biblical wisdom about giving in private, he distinguished his approach from how former Governor Peter Obi reportedly handled Nasir El-Rufai's visit in Anambra State, asserting that the state government will not allow politically motivated activities to endanger lives. Okpebholo also credited President Bola Tinubu's administration for supporting the revitalization of public transport in Edo State, stating that without a father like him, the dreaming of Edo Line would never have been possible. Right, this is an issue, sire. What has happened with Edo State Governor and his stance, concerning Edo. For you, the first question, sir, would this be considered politically motivated, or it's just a crucial security move, as Wike claims?
Well, thank you very much, Mo. On this issue of P2B and the governor of Edo State, I think I would like to join netizens to bear my mind on the issue, which I think, the protocol, the power play, and the politics. Yes, the governor was right in usual protocol that if a high-profile personality is entering the state, there is need for you to write to the governor to get security clearance, but it is not binding on every other time. That depends on the role you want the government to play. If you want the government to provide security and, to accompany you, give you that usual preferential treatment and security protocol to what you want to do. But it's also within his rights as an individual. Recall, this person is not a sitting governor. He's a private citizen. He doesn't have immunity. So he has the rights guaranteed by the Constitution of free entrance and free exit to any part of the country that he deems fit. It isn't the first time that he's going to Edo State. For anybody who knows P2B, he's been going about doing his charity moving when he was a governor. He was involved in Haiti, where he went with his son to visit and do charity work. So for him, it's normal life. And then he's not like every other governor. Even as a sitting governor, if he goes for visit, he doesn't carry with him the panache of office like every other person would do. So it is not surprising that his visit to Edo State went similar manner. So, but the governor was right, yes, that he wants him to notify him of his coming. But if he does not notify him of his coming, he does not contravene any law. But again, where it becomes an issue, where the public are now joining issues with the governor, is by the threat. Although they may argue all they want that he never threatened P2B, the manner in which he conveyed that message, portrays that he threatened P2B. When you said his security cannot be guaranteed, we need to remind the governor that you don't need to be a governor or a high-profile citizen for your security to be guaranteed by the governor. Every other individual, person, petty traders, life and security must be guaranteed by the governor, because it is there in the Constitution. His primary duty is to secure life shall be the security of life and properties of every citizen of Edo State. So whether you are a keke rider or you are a groundnut hawker, the governor is, bound by the law, by the Constitution, to guarantee your security of your life and your property. So it is very, very wrong for the governor to use such words in describing P2B, saying his security will not be guaranteed. So, but it is within the both of the individual rights, whether P2B is going to challenge it or not. But we know him as a gentleman. He's never going to do that. But we want the governor to know that the manner in which he conveyed that message is totally unacceptable. For instance, nobody is talking about the gesture itself. P2B's visit to the States was to carry out a charitable act of donation of money to, a private nursing school to support their infrastructure. And I learned it wasn't the first time he was doing that. He went back on a repeated visit to fulfill his pledge. I find it very funny and ironical that the governor, rather than, appreciate that gesture by P2B in assisting in development of a critical infrastructure like a school of nursing and a critical component of development like education and health in his state, he never did that. Rather, he spoke so condescending about that gesture and made caricature of the whole issue by saying somebody that said he has no shishi is coming to donate 15 million naira. What does he mean by that? It is very appalling, and no wonder the people of Edo State themselves have taken it very hard on the governor by saying you must not do that and you cannot do that. But all we see is trying to politicize the whole issue. Well, it is them that are trying to politicize the whole issue. Mr. P2B, as everybody knows him, have been going about all around the country, doing his little best to support Nigerians. I think they should support him and not vilify him for his gesture.
Thank you very much. The last question for today. The governor cited a personal tragedy, state governments effectively balance the need for stringent security measures, for visiting dignitaries with the fundamental rights of free movement and political association.
Well, let me challenge the governor on this platform that the Commissioner for Information and Communication in Edo State was interviewed in several news platforms, and they kept asking him, these people that died, is it an audio tragedy? Name the place. And they couldn't provide evidence of the place that the tragedy befell, 3 people died when P2B visited or when he left. They couldn't name it. They couldn't pin it down on him. So I find it very difficult to, associate with this narrative of people died because P2B visited. Yes. For crying out loud, I want to also put it as a challenge. It is not just every other person that will visit a place, whether you are Wike was there. What happened? Wike was there. So the issue of security of life, of course, Edo State have been challenged numerously, cult activity, kidnapping activities, and all of that in different states. What are the measures that they are putting down to curb those issues? It is not about when people, with their favorite celebrity or their favorite politician, P2B arguably now is a man of the moment. Anytime, of course, Edo State is the heartbeat of the obedient movement. Yes. And you can see that the people love him. And from the optics that was shown from his visit and when he exited, there was no stampede. The people were just comported themselves, rejoicing, singing his praises, and all of that. But we are so shocked that we heard from the state government that people died. But severally, I watched the Commissioner for Information, and they asked him to mention the exact place so that people can, get some extracts of evidential. But there was none. So I want to feel that they should not overheat the polity. They should not over-politicize this issue. Yes. And of course, they should focus. For Nigerians, what we are interested about and what we are prioritizing is what took P2B to Edo State. He didn't go there for a campaign rally. He went there to demonstrate what he has always done, show good gesture to a decaying and one of the neglected infrastructure in Nigeria, not just in Edo State, education and health have been far, depreciated. But this young man have gone there to do this thing. What we expected from the governor is to show appreciation, to thank Mr. P2B for what he has done in his state and not to vilify him, for God's sake. And of course, he made a caricature by saying, somebody that said he has no shishi. P2B never said to anybody that he does not have money. Is he kidding? We know his words. He has never said so. But what he always said that, I don't give shishi. Nigerians, what they know is he will not give you money to vote for him. That is what he has done. He will not buy vote. He will not sell vote. So, but for this issue that he made caricature of the whole issue is not something that Nigerians are taking very funny. It's very appalling. And for Mr. Wike, supporting him and then quoting, erroneously that he won't detain Nasiru El-Rufai. That issue is belated, have been laid in the dustbin of history as garbage and lies. Nasiru El-Rufai is on record that he once gave an interview and said he was being detained by the SSS from Abuja. It was a PDP-controlled federal government at the time. P2B was in Abga. So he said the security men that held him hostage in his hotel, he asked and he said they got orders from Abuja to detain him. So why pinning him will be in just a mission to depreciate his political capital? But the more they tell the lies, the more the people are endeared to this young man. So I want to advise both Minister Wike to get their facts right. We are fact-checking all of you. Those things that you said, Obi never detained El-Rufai. El-Rufai by himself has admitted that he was being detained by the DSS or Oyo State in the hotel room by DSS from Abuja and not Mr. P2B. They should just focus on what they are doing. If they are playing politics like Okpebholo, the Edo State Governor have just said, his priority is to guarantee 2.5 million vote for Mr. President in 2027 general election. That is his topmost priority. He has not hidden a printed billboard all over the place. Focus on that. But may I remind you, your next re-election bid will be defined not by the number of votes you give to Mr. Tinubu, but by the number of critical infrastructure you bring in the life of Edo, the Edolites, and the level of development that you are attracted to. So I want you to focus and not, be distracted by playing politics with people who have nothing to lose. You have so much to lose. It's your state. Don't be don't be deceived by politicians in Abuja to put you, to pitch you against your own people. Because right now, 90% of the people reacting to this issue are citizens of Edo State against the governor. So, Mr. Governor, be wise. Take a wise decision I appreciate the kind gesture of Mr. Peter Obi in donating and supporting your infrastructural development. Of course, your agenda is shine. Yes, it's making you to shine by donating to the School of Midwifery in Benin City and not vilify him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shedrack Oka, for that response. We now look into the comment section. We have Ebino Cecilia here saying that it is against the Constitution, for a citizen to be prevented from entering into any state that is against the right of freedom of movement. Don't forget, you too can be a part of this conversation by following our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You could also ask questions to our guests and panels on trends going forward. With that, we come to the end of today's Trends, and thank you very much, Mr. Shedrack Oka, for being part of the program today. We appreciate your time. All right, that will be all for now. Up next is breaking news on LJE. Once again, I'm Suley Mohammed Isa.
At LJE Nigeria, we are committed to ensuring justice, equality, and accountability. Reporting a violation helps us to protect rights and uphold transparency. In this short guide, we'll walk you through how to report a violation on our website. Simply start by visiting our website at www.ljenigeria.org. From the home page, locate the Report a Violation option in the main menu at the top. Once you're on the Report a Violation page, you'll be prompted to select the type of violation you are reporting. This helps us categorize your report for faster and more effective handling. Next, fill in your details. It is essential to provide accurate and clear information so that we can follow up effectively. Once you have completed the form, simply click Submit. You'll receive a confirmation message that your report has been successfully submitted. Your report will be reviewed by a dedicated team of experts and will treat all reports with the utmost confidentiality and work diligently to ensure a thorough investigation. If you have any question or need assistance during the reporting process, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through our contact page. Together, we can make a difference. Visit www.ljenigeria.org to report any violation and join us in upholding justice and accountability. At LJE Nigeria, we are committed to ensuring justice,